All right, everybody, welcome back to the GemCutter podcast. Took a quick break. Got now here live on set. StyloLive.
Freddy Stylo.
Freddy motherfucking Steve, man.
What up?
Freddy, what's going on, brother?
Chilling, bro. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here, bro. Thank you for
Godfather.
being here.
The wizard.
Like I said, the family, Mike BQM, and my fam, the real ones, speak very highly of you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, damn near something to aspire to. You have a lot of accolades. You've worked with a lot of people. You've moved your whole career down to LA. Yeah. So again, just appreciate you being here and giving us some time here on the GemCutter podcast.
Thank you for taking the time as well.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, while I got my brothers here, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they accredit you a lot with some of their earlier music. You know what I'm saying? Shed some light on that. You know what I'm saying? Give me some of that background information because they don't like to talk about it too much. You know what I'm saying?
It was definitely like a real amazing time. Like it was back in 2014 for sure, and I was talking about it with them earlier. It was like Sean, who's like the guy who connected us, a real close homie of ours. We were like getting ready to go to Brazil, and he was like, "Yo, I got my homies. I really wanna get in the studio, man.
Nice.
Yo, give them a shot. Like, see what's up. I think they got bars." I'm like, "Of course." I'm like, "Dude, I'm working out of my room right now," because I used to work in Alameda, and I had just moved from Alameda back to my house. So I took my whole house, like my whole setup from Alameda, and I took it to my room.
In the city somewhere?
In the city, in the Mission, like
Mission.
right there by Glen Park, right by St. Mary's Park.
Yep.
And the cool thing about my room was that it's a Victorian style house. So like in my room, you have like this big platform, right?
It's like a stage.
Like
It's like a little stage right in front of the window. It has like 3 windows, and then like on one side you could see the Mission
Street,
and you could see the daylight. And then I like decided, you know what, I'm gonna set up the mic booth there. You know what I'm saying? So
Step up.
So you gotta step up, and it's like you're on stage, and like that's
Right.
what we used to say to each other. We're like, "Damn, we're gonna get on stage, we're gonna perform, and we're gonna like manifest that we're doing this." And
Nice.
and honestly, they were like one of the first like artists that came in and blessed the spot, and we just had automatic chemistry, man. Like it was just like they're very inviting, and like the real ones are very family orientated in everything they do. So like as you guys can tell, like they stick with their day ones, and I feel like they don't just say that, they live that, and that's something that I really I really like value in what they do. Like I am I respect it,
We cut from that same, you know what I'm saying? We come from that same shit. Freddie, real Frisco too. This real Frisco too. Don't get it twisted, man. Born and raised, bro. In it, you know what I'm saying? So that's how we
naturally.
So it wasn't it was easy.
She was just natural,
it was
supposed to be. It was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't have been nobody else.
It's not easy. Like when you just getting back started. Like he was really fresh off the porch with the rap.
I never had even.
You know what I mean?
If y'all heard me first getting on first, like Freddie taught me a lot.
Punch him in.
Just how to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Timing.
Yes, was musically inclined from, growing up around music. Shout out my pops, just, writing. You know what I'm saying? I've always been able to write, always been very good with the English language. But, as far as the rapping and recording, Freddie, without Freddie, I learned so much. I'm a fast learner, but, Freddie was in there teaching me a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well,
he was receptive of it. Like a lot of producers would probably be like, "Man, what the fuck?"
Both of them
frustrated.
Dollar had already been on Wax before me. First time I was on Wax was in Freddie's room.
Right.
So it was
that's crazy.
You feel me? That's many.
But it honestly it wasn't hard. Like you have certain artists that you work with that there's like a learning curve, but it seemed like T and Dollar, like they hit the ground running.
Right.
And the real ones from day one. I was like one of the first records we worked on, and I was like an original record.
And I remember we made that in the room from the first
Yeah. Yeah, and I remember the Jack had just passed, right? Like it was something along like
Jack had passed, and we sampled the Jack. We sampled a Jack a line from one of his songs because he had just passed away.
Yeah.
Shot right in front of the Jack and mural right after they did it.
Yeah.
And then we sampled what was it, EA Ski and Quinn, the boom boom boom.
Yeah, we referenced some EA Ski. That was kind of like our reference, and then we did the
inspiration.
Real ones. I forget what he said, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it was something along the lines of the real ones.
Right, so real.
It's
not what real was.
Not what real was. Remember he said that
Yeah.
on that I think it was Try. I think it might have been Try off the Devil's Rejects, I think.
Probably.
But you're not what real was, you know, but we sampled some Jacka, but everything in the beginning was Freddy, you know what I'm saying? The beats, the vibes, you know what I'm saying? Like just the fact that we could sit in there and see this dude work and make beats was another
Right.
like that was like dope to me, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to be able, for us to be able to sit back, and I remember we used to be like, once Freddie was cooking, we'd be like, hey, don't say shit, nigga, don't say nothing, just let that nigga cook, because once he gets in the zone, it was you know, I mean, he got Grammy nominated hits, bro. This ain't, you know, and you just check the profile, you know what I'm saying? So to see him cook was dope for me to start. That was a blessing. Like, damn, I get to watch this nigga, you know, and learn. You know, so
and he give feedback and shit. You feel me? He chime in. Yeah. He lets you know.
He's involved in the project.
Yeah,
it ain't like
he not just pushing buttons. Like he'll let you know. Like,
without that, our sound don't start.
Or that shit don't sound right. You gotta do a different melody. You know what I mean? He's honest. You feel me? You need that because there's a lot of yes men out here around they artists that's making music and they put out some trash and none of they homies tell them, bro, that ain't it.
Right.
You gotta re-spit it. You know what I mean?
They
not honest.
I feel like we invest in each other, like you know, like without them being receptive to that, it doesn't work, you know. And I learned myself like how to blend and how to create this dynamic that we did, and I felt like we went really far. And you know, like we started at the Room, then we went to Yosemite, and we evolved and they evolved, and to see them perform, and like I remember seeing them one of the first times perform at the End Up. I was just like, wow, like these guys really have something special, and they bring a tribe of people. They have a community, and I feel like one of the things that I realized in artistry, you know, now that I'm like in this phase of my life, I feel like if you don't have a community, man, you don't have culture, and if you don't have culture, you don't resonate. So I feel like with the Real Ones, like that's one thing that they've been able to do is have a community to pave a culture here in the city, you know, and you know it's beautiful to see that they still have that impact and they have that influence, and you know they empower people and stuff, and you know, like for me, like that's what I want to do with the music, with the contributors that I work with, is make sure that I empower any way possible by not what's the word, not motivating, but like encouraging, just encouraging, you know what I'm saying?
And give the game, you know what I'm saying? You gave us a lot of game that you didn't even realize, you know what I'm saying? Every day.
And again, like, you know, working with Mike, like that's my brother as well, and him and I have the same philosophy in terms of like crafting, because we leave our legacy with the music as well. Like it's not just something that we just do for fun. Like you know,
it's like no Hobby Lobby. Fuck.
Nah, it's not. I mean, like it's literally our legacy. Like it's what we do, and
that's why I look up to, not to cut you off, but that's why I really look up to Stylo and Mike. This is like,
that's
you know,
their life.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, you know, I work a job.
We both work.
You know, I ain't in the streets.
This their life. This how they get their money, and they the best at it. And
we work to get a check, and I really respect anybody that could do the art and get and like that's your life. You getting paid for it. Like that's the dream. Also, JTD, he made it to that level too. You know, he's shooting for, you know.
So how we get lucky? Like, we was blessed to step into it, just to step into that, you know,
and be around people that is actually doing it for a living.
It could have not happened. We could have stepped into somebody else's studio, and this would have never been this.
Yeah, like that shit crazy to me.
I may have never stepped back in the booth again. Like, damn, I can't do this shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Without my man.
Again, it's all a team effort, and I feel like that's like the beauty in working with certain artists and certain like communities, certain teams that you feel like you're part of them. Like whenever I'm with the Real Ones, I feel like I'm part of the squad, and of course I am. But it's like an inviting energy, and I'm sure you feel the same. Like,
100%.
So it's something that I really respect with what they've done, and again, I always encourage them, like, bro, like you guys need to be doing this shit full time, bro. Like you guys got to spread the music worldwide. You can't just leave it regionalized,
right? Because
I really believe that they have something special. I really believe that that they can make an impact in the culture, you know, and you know, I love to see that you guys are still at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's great that you guys are like three albums in now.
3 or 4, something like that.
Pretty much.
I mean,
Real
yeah,
albums.
man, it's amazing, and I, like that Tupac. You guys came to LA. I remember you guys did that video.
Got with you.
Yeah,
You in that video.
It was amazing. I mean, like the visuals, John, you never cease to amaze me. Like, it's a great squad to be a part of, and like, I know I'm not here as much, but
You're the leader. You're one of the leaders of the squad, whether you know it or not, bro. Everything
man,
trickles down, bro. Everything trickles down from you, because this is our team captain. We rely heavily on this dude, and that just trickles down from y'all. You like Obi-Wan or Yoda. I don't know which one taught who. But
more like Yoda, a little short.
whichever
whatever
order it goes.
It's all good.
That's how everything trickles down from that Jedi, that shit that everything starts from you, bro. And he'll tell you that same thing.
No, and talking to Mike a couple of days ago, I was just like, man, like there's so much talent here in the Bay, but I do feel like the Bay, it's in this space right now where like they need to spread, they need to migrate to a different place, and they have to do that sonically. And I feel like everyone swagger jacks the Bay, right? They take what's good, like our sound, our culture, and everything, but they don't like to take our people and shit. But I feel like we also have to be more assertive and say, you know what, we're gonna go implement ourselves. We got to get out of our comfort zone. Like for me to go to LA, literally risk it. Like I was sleeping on my boy's couch. That ends up I ended up living there, but I didn't know where the hell I was gonna be. I was by myself, and I was like, you know what? I know that I have to be here, and if I'm not here, I'm not gonna spread the movement. I'm not gonna spread my talent. I'm not gonna learn new things. I'm not gonna be in a new industry.
That's ill.
And I risked it, and I feel like now I have more opportunities. And of course, I'm not where I want to be.
Right.
But what I do know is that I took a chance on myself, and I give myself the best chance by putting myself in a place, in an atmosphere of where things are running full time. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like now we're at now I come back home and I'm just like, man, okay, like what can we do? How can we use these new resources, these new bridges to like spread our movement, to spread our music, to spread our culture? You know what I'm saying? So like, everything happens for a reason, and I feel like, like shout out Mike Angelo for creating this atmosphere for us to be able to express ourselves.
100%.
Shout out to you for taking the time to formulate like a plan for you to give us a platform to speak about what we do.
100%.
But I feel like these things are super pivotal for culture, for a community, and like again, the real ones have to be like showcased for what they do here in the city. Because you don't want to try them, right? Like you try them, you'll have issues, but
get what you get.
But you also you know that you want to buy into what they do because they're gonna empower you, and I feel like that's what community is about. It's about empowering. It's not about taking. It's about giving.
Right.
So yeah, man.
Yeah, 100%.
But everyone ain't on that same page in the Bay. Everyone want to beef. Everyone want to be better than another.
That's the problem.
When one person makes it,
even in New York, they know that it's gonna take unity, and it's gonna take it. Like ATL had shit on lock for years. New York had shit on lock for years.
Because they work with each other.
But it's like you know what I'm saying? Like you said, we got to you took this, what we got here, you took that to LA. Feel me? So you brought us with you. Feel me? But you're right, we got to get on some shit and get together. You know what I'm saying? If there ain't an artist, we pretty damn near worked with everybody in the city.
Yeah.
We
it's a low ceiling.
Everybody that is making this shit we done made music with, and that's the type of vibes we on. We trying to, you know what I'm saying, spread this shit like you said. You took it to LA. We trying to take this shit worldwide, bruh. You know what I'm saying? The beef is old. The beef is in the 90s.
Nah,
man.
It's about that time, man. Like we have new phases of new things that we got to cater to, new responsibilities, new loves. You know what I'm saying? Like and it's about for us to like just go to the next phase of our lives and empower like the next generation for us. You know what I'm saying? Like I see the city and like there is so much more talent now. And it makes me happy, and it makes me happy to know that one of my close friends, one of my brothers, is in the midst of creating that culture and like harboring it and empowering it. So it's like, like again, we're here, man. Like I am in LA, but it's just literally a 6-hour drive away, and
you always here, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You always here.
Yeah. Ain't nothing to send a song.
You
man.
always here, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We still gonna work.
We repping.
We gonna go over there. You gonna come.
You guys gotta come. You guys gotta come to LA because it's where it's at. I'm telling you, like like
LA never sleeps, man.
It never sleeps, but it's just one city.
And that's
you know,
just where the shit's at.
Yeah, that's one. That's like the one city in Cali. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to, you know, we gotta go to New York, gotta go to the ATL, you gotta go to Miami, you gotta go all over, man. And then you go, then you spread it out. You know, like to, you know, to across the pond. You go to Europe, you know, go to Asia, Latin America, of course. There's a scene out there, man, that people are looking for something to buy into. You know what I mean? And we got to be the ones that give them that culture for them to buy into it. You know?
Yep, 100%.
Like I said, when you travel, you're bigger. You know what I mean? You're worth more elsewhere than in your own home. Your own home be the last one to fuck with you sometimes.
I heard
it's the foreigner effect, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you
go blow up over there, then
you regular wherever you're at. You know what I'm saying? When you go somewhere abroad or you go somewhere foreign, now you have this foreigner effect, and it means that you mean a little more, and you got a little farther, and now you're a little bit more substantial. And I feel like that proliferates in the Bay. We all kind of shrug our shoulders at other artists and fellow artists because we're all here, but you hear another artist come from the South or come from New York or come from somewhere else, like you said, from Europe or some shit, and there's a lot of people that come out here in the Bay and come fuck around. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, but I'm telling you, but they come in swagger jacket. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's cool. Okay, fine, but you know, we got to go do our own thing as well. You know, and like you guys are saying, like, you know, there's a saying, you know, a prophet can never be a prophet in his own town, right? So, you know, we gotta spread it. You know, continue to spread it. And again, every time I touch back down to the city, you know, I see things that I love. I see things that make me sad. But when it comes to the music, I feel like there's a movement that just needs to spread. That's it. That's like the one thing that I see.
Grow.
It just needs to like multiply. It needs to like spread. It's like it needs to just spread to like another city, so people could just see what we do.
Everybody jacks our lingo. Everybody jacks the bass lines. Everybody jacks all the fucking shit.
The way we dress, the way we cut our hair, everything.
The bass boom. We just gotta get out there in front of eyes. You feel me?
Yeah.
Once they see us, you feel me? It's lit. You know what I mean? Like We got the swag, we got the song, we got what it takes. You feel me?
Yeah.
Gotta get out there.
Yeah, speaking about the music a little bit more specifically, like you were saying you was recording the ones back in 2014. Yeah. What 14, you know, like what kind of musical, you know, inspirations were you getting around that time, you know, and the DAW, like what DAW are you working with, and how's that whole little process that you?
I think, like, I mean, they definitely, they straight like they prepped me in terms of what they wanted to like listen to, or like what they wanted me to like work on. You know, with the jacket, with Yeski, with San Quinn.
Yeah.
We always had an idea.
Exactly. They brought an idea, and I'm like, all right, cool. Let me add my flair to it.
Nice.
You know, like as Mike and myself, we play music and stuff like that. So we're musicians. So we always try to figure out how to morph, you know, our musicianship into production.
Gumbo pop.
It's never how we hear it, but no matter what, we kick an idea to him, and you know, it speaks for itself. The music speaks for itself, bro. It speaks for itself, for real.
Come out fine.
Yeah, and use, like, you know, the Latin, like, you know, in that time, like, I was really starting to dive into the Latin space, so I always wanted to have that flair, like, you know, in my sound. And I feel like, you know, I've done hip hop stuff before. Like, I had a record with San Quinn, like, that really did well. It was a record called Paid, and, you know, we got some good love on that record. And Los Racas as well.
Yeah, shout out Los Racas.
So it was you know, it was something that, you know, it was seamless, you know, like, and again, you know, crafting it with their ideas, it just made things a lot easier. And, you know, we started shaping that sound. And then, you know, obviously, you know, working with Mike Angelo, with Cuddy, like, you know, they've been able to evolve even more, and they have such amazing records. So it's like, I just love seeing that. So
yeah.
And the Latin music is where it's at right now. I don't know if y'all seen it, man. It's a lot of brown artists coming out right now, man. It's the
biggest artists in the world.
Yeah, I mean, like, and when you're Latino, you bilingual, you go to motherfucking El Salvador, Mexico, Colombia, you can go and perform and get that international bag, man. And, you know, that's where it's at. So
that guapi papi.
Yeah, it's a great time right now, man. You feel me? We just gotta keep pushing, man. Like, this is our culture too. You feel
100%.
me?
Yeah, for sure.
We grew up on this shit. You feel me?
So you've worked with various artists, hip hop artists, Latin artists, R&B artists. You know what I'm saying? Your genre spans a large array of music. Talk about that. What's the difference? You have a preference?
I wouldn't say a preference. I think what I like to do is I like to, like you were saying, like I like to gumbo it. I like to like literally do my paella. Like I feel like I reached a point in my career where like I understand what dose or what spice to use from each of my influences of each genre, and I feel like finally like I could literally do some genre blending where I'll do like some hip hop to like some reggaeton to some Jersey to some house to some Afro, and like and figure out how to make it more seamless. And yeah, it's taken a while to figure out that formula.
Right.
But like my ultimate goal is for my sound to be defined on its own, like to just be like, okay, like there's something about that song that makes me know that Stylo Live made
shit.
that record.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Like even if it's on a different scale, it's like I see why it's something like that, and it's something that's taken a while to craft, and it's taken a lot of trial and error, but I feel like that to me is what is amazing. And when I work with artists that are open to that, it makes it fun because I don't
Right.
feel restricted, like creatively.
Right.
I feel like okay, cool. I'm having free reign to do to give it my flair.
Right.
But it's still within their scope and it still makes sense to them.
Right.
And I feel like with real ones, they've always been open to do stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
they've been open to like to do anything that makes sense. Like like they're into hip hop, but they love to party too, man. These guys get
like
down. You know what I'm
We
saying?
like doing dance music.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
anything that sounds dope, anything that
Yeah.
that they
Anything that'll challenge us. You feel me?
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be up for a challenge. You know what I mean?
That's dope. Yeah, for sure. Real quick, just because you're in LA, I'm interested because you talk about the Bay a little bit. What do you think about the club scene and like that whole music scene? We're lacking out here in the Bay, right?
I just feel like LA is a lot bigger, right? So I feel like you have more options.
There's more places to do shows. There's
Right.
more opportunities to do shows. More
Right.
studios. More.
Oh, the studios is like it's not a competition, but on the club, I don't feel like it's too far off. I mean, the only thing is that San Francisco is like the mecca of the Bay. Like, yeah, you can go to Oakland now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You could do stuff in Oakland now.
Yeah.
But everybody comes to the scope.
Everyone wants to come to the city. So like in LA, like you have the Hollywood scene, you have the downtown LA scene, now you got like the West Hollywood scene, you got the Anaheim, the OC scene. Like the squad that I squad up with is like the Reggaetolandia crew with like Too Deep and Chris and all those guys over there, man. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
But they're like paving up a very reggaeton
Nice.
vibe out there. I feel like over here, I feel like there's more fusion capabilities. Like if you go to a hip hop club over there, it's a hip hop club.
Strictly.
Yeah.
YG.
Yeah.
Crenshaw, Nipsey.
Exactly. All in Hollywood and shit like that.
Right.
And then if you go to downtown and you go to a reggaeton party, yeah, you'll have house stuff like that, but it's not as diverse. Like it's very segregated in a lot of ways, even though it's getting better, right? But over here, I feel like today I was at the end of and I saw like a blend of people, Asian, Black, White, Latinos, Middle Eastern, and like literally I was able to play everything, and it felt so like
People were
consumable.
moving.
Yeah, because
It's the city for you.
it's the city, and I feel like now it's there now. So I feel like we're always advanced in terms of understanding like the blurred lines and like understanding that we're on
Right,
tech.
right. That's right.
We're always the trendsetters when it comes to tech and stuff like that. But I feel like LA's not too far off. But I do feel like LA has a stronger scene just because a lot of the artists are there. A lot of the entertainment world is there, so it's different. But yeah, I hope that answers.
Yeah, of
your
course.
question.
Yeah. Like I
Show
said,
them
I've noticed it.
Hollywood.
I've noticed it going down to LA the couple times that I went down. Like I said, there's just more opportunities. There's more shows. There's more people. There's more industry down there.
More shit going on.
Oh,
It's
for
more.
sure.
It's more music business, right?
Yeah.
Out here, people really
Yeah.
kind of trying to lightweight do it for the turf and for the bag. Down there,
Over there, it's like you're not doing it for fun. You're doing it for
Money.
for money, and you're being very intentional with what you do. You feel me? Like, bro, someone could be like, "Hey, bro, like I'm in the studio right now with, I don't know, with freaking Future right now. He just came. He's out here for a couple days, man. We need some beats. Oh, for me, we need an engineer. Like, there's this big group called Joel y Randy from like the reggaeton scene. They're like legends. And one of my homies who works there, he's like, bro, they need an engineer that speaks Spanish. Are you free? And I'm like, shit, yeah, I'm free. Why not? I went, engineered that session. That is LA for you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
ill. That's crazy,
just
nigga.
like Joel and Randy are not gonna be caught doing studio
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, right.
You will never get that same
right.
call.
Those are big.
You're
those
not
are
gonna
big
get the
heads.
same call. I mean, you might get it, you know, but you know, like there's only one hub right now, which is Empire, from what I know.
Right.
You know, and then you got a couple of spots like in, you know, in Oakland and stuff like that. But you're not gonna get that same like opportunity like you would over there in LA. It could be that. It could be like, yo, like, you know, I need you to do a live show, or hey, like literally, can you pick somebody up from the airport?
Yeah.
And like, I'm picking up Neo Garcia, like,
Yeah.
like, you know, again, it's in the Latin space, but it could be anything, and that's what LA is. LA is like a city where you just never know,
Right.
and something could just pop off out of nowhere, and it'll
real.
change your life.
Yeah.
That's real.
You know?
Yeah.
Change everything.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we got a show coming up next month. Amino Day, we're gonna rock with the live band.
Hell yeah.
So you're a live or you know, you're a musician. You play music live. What do you know? You play a lot of live music. You DJ a lot of things. You got a preference in that, or you know what I'm saying?
I think okay. So I love the DJ. I think when I'm in sync, I feel like oof, it's freaking dope. In an ideal world, I'd be DJing like house music. Like
Right.
I'd be like in Ibiza or like freaking like in Brazil, like
Nice.
like in a sunset, you know, just
Yeah.
freaking rocking. That'd be an ideal scenario.
Right.
But the freaking the adrenaline and the goosebumps that I get from playing live, like, you know, like at rocking and being on stage with someone that you just feel the music because you've worked it and you've created it. Because the thing is, when you DJ, you're DJing other people's music. I mean, sometimes you DJ your own, right?
Right.
But when you're playing your own music and you're like rocking your own music and you hear it live and you hear people singing your songs, it's just a different world. It's a different level of like intimacy, and you get lost. And I get nervous when I DJ, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not the nervous adrenaline that I get when I'm about to do a live show.
Yeah.
Like it's a very like
That's crazy.
it's a very like I feel anxious, I feel scared, but I feel excited. And you know, like they say that anxiety and excitement are the same dopamines. You get the same like type of chemical balances, just that one is stress and the other one's excitement.
Right.
So it's like literally like you make that that last minute decision on what it's gonna be for you, and then boom, you know, 9 times out of 10 is always excitement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
After you get over that anxiety,
It's the best.
So,
It's the best feeling.
I like the ability to, you know, improv with live
exciting.
music, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
You know, the improvisation, you know what I'm saying, the creating off of the dome and taking things other places and feeling the crowd, and you know, you already got a song that you're gonna play and you click the button. It's kind of not a whole lot left to improvise on, you know.
No, you're right, and like to be able to be like, okay, I'm gonna do like, you know, if it's the guitar solo or like I do a solo on the push, like, you know, it's not gonna be the same all the time. Yeah, you could rehearse it, you know, you could scale it, but sometimes it'll be like, keep going, and you feel the crowd, and the crowd just they want you to keep playing, or you're just a beautiful moment, and it's like you said, yeah, like it's like the unexpected, you know, like the unexpected is what's so exciting about like doing live shows.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something that you can't take away from anyone. Anyone who's felt that like understands how powerful that is, you know.
Yeah.
And to be able to feed that to people and like give them a piece of who you are is like it's an amazing feeling.
100%. 100%.